right, we up. We up. Hope we live. Black signal just went out. I told y'all we was moving back. It just took me a little bit of time. Took me just a little bit of time to get it together, right? And now I got it together, fam. And we up. Great Ujamaa to each and every one of you, man. So yesterday I didn't get a chance to pull a little bit of time to get it together, right? Yeah, I guess we up on Facebook. Fam. And we up. Great Ujamaa. Making all that noise. Alright, so we up live on Facebook. Right? And turn off embed, edit video. Alright, so but I was able to go down and grab a sample. And we're going to sample it together here so we can see if it's ready, because I can come in hopefully before the tonight show and get the batch ready. That's what we're gonna work on today, hopefully. I had to leave work a little bit early, even though now I've realized I'm gonna have to leave a lot earlier because it's about a 45-minute drive for some reason. I guess with the traffic from the school, so that I can get back on Ujamaa, because on Ujamaa I have a course that I'm working through. And like I told y'all, there's a lot of things slowly but surely changing for Gye-Nyame journey. And like I said, I'm glad you're along for the ride, because I'm learning a lot, and I'm going to use that information to make things better for as many people in my life as I possibly can. But first, I got to change my life, right? So, working on some stuff. Then I had a revelation last night. I was looking at 21 Day Challenge, and I'm like, damn, I just came up with another level to add to the 21 Day Nguza Saba Challenge. I said, oh snap, this can be used for a whole lot more. You know how when you look at something and you like take another look at it and you see something else, and I'm like, wow. So I'm to sit down. I think I'm gonna do it during this weekend, because during y'all know I'll be busy during the day, and in the evening, I think this evening I got a lot I gotta do. I did on a new e-course. I did maybe 3 parts out of maybe a 9-part series that I'm shooting to get done within. Actually, I want to get it done possibly this weekend, because this may be the last free weekend. We are moving into less than 2 weeks. We are under 2 weeks now away from the G&J Mall. I want to make sure that everybody know and be ready to come out and kick it with your brother Hot Tim as we do our thing on August 31st. We're gonna kick it off, of course, with the vendors. The vendors are the centerpiece of everything that we do, because if there is no commerce in your community, you really don't have a community. Let me say that again too. Reconnect social networks. Social networks need to reconnect. Okay. Damn that shit. Alright. If there's not any exchange going on in your community, no economic exchange going on in your community, there is no community. I'm just letting y'all know. If all your money is going to outside sources, you don't have a community. Alright? There's nothing really to hold your community together. There's no, because really when it comes down, money is that symbolic blood, right? That keeps the being that's called a community alive. If there is no flow, no blood flow, we already know what happens, right? Any part of the body that does not receive proper blood flow begins to rot and die. Same thing with a stream of water. If it's blocked, You understand what I'm saying? It's like, wherever or whenever, if water can't flow, things start to rot. Water got to move, blood got to move. That's what it's designed for, because it transfers nutrients from one part to the next part. If there is no Ujamaa going on in the community, there's no economics going on in the community, if there's no exchanging going on in the community, there is no community. Right now we have a small piece popping off in Columbus, far as Gye-Nyame, but I know there's other organizations that's doing things as well, right? So, but like I said, we got to start really keeping it real with a lot of stuff that we're dealing with. So tonight we will have, like I said, if I got enough energy, because we on that first week. If I got enough energy, we're gonna be popping up in here, and we're going to be doing tribal quotes. So I will read the quotes to you, but let's go through some news real quick. Columbus police use force disproportionately against minorities, studies find from Discover Online. Now, I didn't really have a chance to look deeper in this because I couldn't get a signal, but I wanted to make sure I got this posted up. But this type of information we got to really look at, because we want to be clear on when they say minority, what number of ADOS they're talking about. We have to start getting them to formulate the language to fit us. For example, whenever I'm filling out an application, like I filled out a bus application for my children the other day, I had to go on, and right before they wanted me to click the race, they asked if I was a Hispanic ethnic origin, and I think one of the goals need to be for ADOS, we need to have a category there so that, of course, people that are black or African American, they could click it. But there need to be a special box for us as well. Right? Are you ADOS or not? If they click black, are you ADOS or not? So that we can start having an exact number. And when we start looking at statistics, we want to start looking at statistics from a standpoint of ADOS in America. Why? So that we get a true picture of what's going on with us. Right? Because I hear a lot of people get upset when I'm dropping numbers, and I'm not even that good at dropping numbers, so I can only imagine what happens when you run into somebody that is really good at dropping numbers, right? So people get upset when I'm dropping the numbers and want to use terms like pessimistic and negative, when the only thing I'm trying to do is give you the reality so that we can truly move forward. You cannot move forward in a lie. You cannot move forward in illusion. It's a dangerous thing to do that. Great Ujamaa to you as well, Kwame. So what I want us to be able to do is, when stuff like this come out, I want us to be able to look at it and be able to know how many of us are truly being affected by it. Not that we shouldn't take action on it regardless, but we need to start painting a picture for us and being able to tell our stories for ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? Even start doing some polls ourselves. I'm not good at polls. Kwame is better at formulating some of the questions, but we really need to start doing that within our community, and because I know it's happening. If it ain't happening in other communities, it soon will be happening in other communities, right? Next piece. White physicians. Somebody posted this. Thank you. Somebody posted this up. But once again, there's no commentary on it. I appreciate the post. But if you want this to count, we need to have some context. Somebody from I know somebody from Gye-Nyame Journey posted this, because I didn't post this. But family, I need, if you post stuff up, put some commentary, put your name on it or something, right? So that I know it's you. Because now, when this goes into the news magazine, if this goes into the news magazine, I'm going to have to write, right? So that's not you. You just found an article, and that's beautiful. I want you to express yourself. So those that don't understand, those people that are in the tribe, right? Those people that are working in the tribe need to have an article once a month for the newsletter that we put out. Like I said, you understand? Tribe just doesn't mean you had the ability to be like, I'm part of the tribe. Oh, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Please shut up. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Why do you talk? You know what I'm saying? Please. All right. Wife assistant text messages about how they feel about black women. Black people leaks. Black women and black people. It leaked out. Uh-oh. All right. Let's see. I think this is old, but maybe not. Black students shame when school officials colored hair with marker. Uh-oh. CeeLo posted this one. And, man, she got some commentary on the bottom, though. But that's cool. This is terrorism, assault, kidnapping, and violating of its civil rights. The oppressive enemy should not be allowed to educate our children. Our young black men, especially, are targeted for destruction by the oppressors. Thus, it is up to us to protect them. Go ahead. So, because this happened a while ago, but now I got to go back and I got to look at this article. I thought this was an old one. So this just happening, and it's in NBC4. Y'all know that's right in our backyard. Yep. Let's see. We about to go see. All right, so the stuff that I posted up. Here we go. So I don't know how some of this stuff got up before. So I got some stuff that's coming out. Maybe it'll be out by the night. And that's perfect timing. I don't want to give it away. But I got some articles that's going to be popping off. And we going, what are you doing, you dumb? Come on. Stop. Oh, my God. It's so embarrassing. All right, Brother Kwame. My fault. I got to turn you up so I can see you. If people cannot move forward in a lie, how do crackers get over on the bull jive they do? Things to consider. Now, if people can, all right, that is, my God, that's a good question. They don't believe they lying. They listen, and they have formed their own reality that everybody else got to exist in and play in. I mean, if you think about it, Kwame, most people only feel qualified after they have been qualified by them. So they have created a whole reality that supports their lie, right? That funds their lie. So it's a little bit different than somebody in the hood who's trying to build an illusion and live in an illusion. This lie does not support that. You understand what I'm saying? So the whole piece is their existence. They are existing in, as we say, a lie, but they have created and they have supports for that. They ain't just sit here and say, I got a red car outside. No, they found ways to make red cars so that they could be outside. You know what I'm saying? To support, you know what I'm saying? They support they shit, right? Now it'd be different if we all decided that we was gonna dream up some shit, but no. If we gonna battle for this, we gonna have to go and look at the realities that are there for us. But one of the things I will say about that we have to say about our West Asian brothers and sisters, they looked at the original reality and decided it was not good enough for them. Because you know as well as I do, when you really look at history, who was running this. They looked at it and they didn't like it. So what they do? They formed their own reality. Can't be mad at them for that. But I can be mad at us for trying to go deeper into their reality and form a lie in their reality rather than us dealing with where we really are, accepting where we are, and moving forward. Because when it all comes down to, all lies dissolve in the light of truth. In order for us to get to it, we have to tell ourselves the truth so that we could become the light that dissolves this false reality that they got popping off. I ain't gonna call it their reality. I can't even say it's false. Because I got to send my sons and my children off to a school system that's there. with all, I can participate, but it's theirs. Right? Most of us are going to jobs that are theirs. Most of us live in houses that are theirs. And I know some of y'all like, well, I own my house, but you pay taxes. To a reality that's theirs. I'm sorry. Must specify what moving forward means. Somebody else saying something. He said Diane must specify what moving forward means. Alright, what I mean by moving forward. Well, maybe we might need to have a discussion about that. Being able to have those real conversations. Perhaps like one that might pop off this weekend so that we could really, because, for example, for me moving forward, one way of moving forward is as simple as us being honest about where we are in this world and how the world is affecting us. A lot of us are really lying to our kids and lying to ourselves. I believe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a lot of people around here got dough that I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? And not only got dough, got a whole community of people with dough, because that's what we need. We need a community of people with dough. Let's see. Dr. Gabriel Oyibo does not ascribe to their reality. Who does not? You talking about the mathematical dude? Right. As a matter of fact, he used what he got. Or if you talking about the one with the equation I sent you, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I know who you mean when you say Diane True Speak. If you talking about the him, you know what I'm saying? He challenges him on that whole piece, right? But how about the masses? Is we don't move by individuals. It's sort of like with Ujamaa. Like I said, it takes the community, right? We redeveloping the tribal thought, right? Right now, our community is being run by the individual thought. So it's okay for motherfuckers. See, because let me say this to you. Because one of the things that if we are not careful, we will receive, instead of reparations, we will receive, a few of us receiving trinkets, a few of us receiving money. What you looking for? Okay. A few of us receiving money over the mass of us receiving money. You know what I'm saying? What they'll do is they'll elevate a few, like this whole deal with Jay-Z and NFL. So he's going to be on the inside and he's going to make some shit happen. Right? Come on, fam. Come on now. Going to be on the inside and he's going to make stuff happen from this. How long we been saying that shit? So all of a sudden now Jay-Z got some special power. And by the way, that was the worst freestyle Jay-Z has ever done. Sitting up in there with Roger Goodell and answering Charlemagne the God's question. That was the worst freestyle he have ever done. Those type of freestyles you need to leave to me, bruh. Stay in the booth. You understand what I'm saying? That was horrible. But my point is, we are at a mind state now where we will be satisfied with them boosting up a few individuals rather than boosting all of us up. And that is a dangerous mind state to be in. But that comes from us not really being truthful about where we are as a group. And really look at your position in that group and be like, damn, am I above the 1700 mark or am I below? For me, it depends. You know, I mean, and it's fucked up. I gotta live my life like that. Sometimes I'm above 1700, but most of the time I'm below it. You know, but Kwame, now you're specifying. Now you are specifying moving forward. Okay, cool. I'm sorry. 10 comedic virtues is moving forward for us. Maya and Guza Sabas are moving forward for us. Byron Allen was on inside, and they're locking him out. And family, I don't know if y'all had an opportunity to look at, because a lot of that stuff ain't even post. I don't know if y'all had an opportunity to look at what's going on with Byron Allen. But Byron Allen is using an 1866 civil rights bill. Now check this out. He's taking them to court on stuff that they are supposed to do as a government, right? Boom. That on a lot of his videos, he talk about his meeting with Coretta Scott King, Martin Luther King's wife, and she laid out 4 things for him. She said there's 4 things that black people had to do, and we did 3 of them. She said the first one was get out of slavery. She said the next was to get rid of Jim Crow. The next one she said was civil rights. And she said we got that. But she said the reason that they killed Dr. Martin Luther King was because he was working on the 4th step, and that was economic inclusion in this country. And as a people, we have been economically excluded. And listening to Byron Allen, I'm starting to agree with him. We're being economically, we're suffering economic genocide right now. We ain't got to shoot you. We just starve you out. You know what I'm saying? We throw a couple of y'all a few trinkets. Y'all live vicariously through them, and yay! You know what I'm saying? But we can't do that no longer. And like I said, so he's spending his money fighting this case. Now, what's going on is you're seeing that Comcast, who is anti-Donald Trump, and Donald Trump's White House are coming together to crush that bill. They're changing the goalpost again. And they're making it impossible for him to really be heard. You know what I'm saying? Because now he has to prove that race is the central reason why. When in fact, when you look at the law, it kind of designates the fact that blacks or ADOS have been blocked out of being able to be included in the economics in America, right? That's already like on the table. So we already know that's part of the reason. But now they're taking that whole piece off. Now you got to prove it. You got to prove that we didn't do business with you because you was black, and not because, you know, the demographic that you might be trying to reach might not be suitable for the broadcasting system that we have set up. Or some, you know how they get fans. You know how they play them games, right? But let's go on and so tonight we gonna be doing all right, day 83. Oh, we ain't do day 82. We skipped last week. Day 82 it say, do not be wise in words, be wise in deeds. Jewish proverb. Do not be wise in your words, be wise in deeds. Next one. That's a Jewish proverb, by the way. Though we may know him by 1,000 names, he is one and the same to all of us. Mohandas Gandhi. Now, that's going to possibly be a heated conversation because I have some stuff to say about that. That's from Mohandas Gandhi. I'm going to say that one more time. Though we may know him by 1,000 names, he is one and the same to all of us. I call challenge. Hold on. A miswrote. He was in the outer court of the building of economic increase. Thus they attempted to seal him out of going any higher. And by sealing him out, and with the dough that he has, we already know, Kwame, what that means for us. That's the issue. See, we got so many people just concerned about themselves. Now, this brother coming out speaking, talking us. He using terms like us and we, right? You know what I'm saying? And that shit is impressive to me. Now, what's going on behind the scenes, I don't know. You understand? Because I know some people gonna have complaints because he got a white wife and all that. But the brother is bringing a case forward that is dealing with us. And these people, Comcast, some of y'all cable networks that y'all paying money to every month, right? And the Trump White House is trying to wipe the slate clean of this Civil Rights Act that was written for you and your ancestors. This brother went all the way back, got the research done, and ran on it. And, family, let me tell you this, been winning. And now it's finally been brought. Hold on. You got how many cases waiting for the Supreme Court, and all of a sudden this one pops all the way up to the top? They taking them all the way to the Supreme Court. Comcast got to go all the way to the Supreme Court because in the Ninth Circuit Court, they lost $1 billion lawsuit to this man. So this means that courts looked at this law, said that this law was real, said that this law was still in effect, and said that Comcast owed money. Rather than paying the money, they moved to a higher court. I want to say this to y'all. They say 40% of their business is black. But they advertise with no... Y'all got to see the interview that I've been posting up on my timeline. Time Warner, Comcast, all of them cable, all of these cable networks that are streaming all this information all over the country is not advertising with any black entities. And if they are, it's very few. And it's like 1% of their budget. We're 14% of the population. We're 40% of your business. But yet, most of y'all be okay with that shit. No, that means that either we don't have a community and we really don't exist, or they just got enough power to look at us and be like, fuck y'all. But, you know, if somebody in the street did this to us, to one of us as an individual, we knock their goddamn block off. This somebody stepping on your shoe, looking you in your eye, and keep on walking. No excuse me, no nothing. Brand new shoes too. You on your way to your mama's 70th birthday party. Just step up on your shit. Right? Just wait, don't do coffee on you. Didn't even say I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, fam, come on now. But I digress. Kwame keep on going, you know. The last one is the foolish bird desires for a few grains, make it enter the cage, then become trapped. It's called, that's from Africa. Truth, we dog each other more than these demons. We sure do. I ain't gonna necessarily agree with that because let's reframe it. It's because we see each other more. But because we are really so rarely in the places of power where these decisions are made, that, you know what I'm saying, we take on a certain decor. You know, because you know for a fact, Miss Alfie, or Mr. Alfie Weathers, who, excuse me, I don't know, because I never met you. But, we know we got some folks that are just mean any damn way. They mean to everybody. You know what I'm saying? They ain't just selected black folks. They mean to everybody, right? But the whole piece is we see each other more. And those people that are familiar to us are people that kind of receive the wrath a little bit more. You understand what I'm saying? Because the whole piece for me is, as far as doing this toast, I want us to start finding our principles in action. And I honestly believe that our principles are working constantly around us, but I don't think that we see them enough. And as a matter of fact, I think we've been programmed in a way to only see a lot of negative stuff. And a lot of negative stuff that we see are things that's popping off because we are in close proximity to each other all the time. You understand? So, you know, I think maybe if some of us like Jay-Z, he hawing in that goddamn meeting. Rather than saying what he's supposed to say. But I understand because he's not used to being, because I know everybody like, he a billionaire. But that don't mean that he used to being in those circles. And he's used to being in those rooms like that. And being on the spot like that. You know what I'm saying? So now I got the hee-haw. Rather than kind of be honest about it, look, I'm taking advantage of this shit, and, this is what my elders did, so this is what I'm going to do. You understand? So it's more we're just used to each other. I don't think it's a thing about us really, because I done seen some of us, take them, as you call them, take demons to task as well. You understand what I'm saying? But I think many times we focusing on the wrong ones, because the ones that we be focusing on don't have the power. Don't have the power. All right. So let's get to this toast, family. First off, I want to thank everybody that's tuning in. Shouts out. I don't know Alfie, but thank you for coming in. Shouts out to Brother Kwame, and shouts out to the rest of the Daily Toaster crew. That will catch this later. And also, like I said, if you go to our Streamlabs, GNJmedia.com, if you go to the Streamlabs, GNJmedia.com, you can go on there and you can get registered for that little, if you can see, I wonder if y'all can see that. Let me see if that's up on the screen. Yeah, it's up. It's on stream. It's on Facebook. Oh, it didn't come out on. Oh, they don't send that to. But you should be able to see it. And y'all see it up on the screen? I want y'all to make sure y'all pay attention to that. If you go to the Streamlabs, you could be entered into a contest to win some of the merch. Merchandise. My kids got me saying merch. But you can win some of the merch. You see it up there, Mixer Streamlabs. You ain't got to go to Mixer. You just go to our Streamlabs channel and log in on the Streamlabs. If you don't have an account, go on get your account. Get your account. It ain't gonna hurt you. Get your account, right? Or you can just click in and watch through YouTube and gain points. And you will get points for participating in the stream, like you doing, Alfie. You know what I'm saying? Except if you do it on YouTube, you get points and you get entered into the contest. Now, if you go up to the top, it's 3 lines. You click the 3 lines. At the bottom of the 3 lines, it has what they call the winners. Hold on. It has. Let's see. It's 3 bars up at the top. You got tip, you got merchandise, and you got the thing. If you want to give a tip, you can, but it got CloudBot. If you go down and you click on CloudBot, you get to see everybody that's in the running, and you get to see where you are. So right now, Gye-Nyame, which is me, is in the lead, 135 points. I'm not competing. I won't let myself win. You know what I'm saying? But Gina is even in the contest. So all you got to do is get on there and you type in !G&J merch, and bow, you off and running. So let's go on and get to this toast, family. So, oh my God. We're gonna cut it. Right? First off, I want to welcome to the congregation of the mighty. This is the home of the stubborn minority. The place where your hustle builds muscle. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of a Simba production. And of course, this is the Daily Toast. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath, and it felt good. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Now, grab your glass with some water. Get your picture of the water. Hold this copper. Lift this copper. Pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now, come on now. Move your body, drink some water. Come on, move it. Move your body, drink some water. Oh. Move your body, drink some water. Family, move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, move, move, then drink. Now, hold on. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But to stay healthy, family, remember, breathe, drink, eat, move. Gotta do them in that order. So hey, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Break down and drink out. Kind of late, but look, I got some fresh ambrosia, and it seems like you're ready. Smells like you're ready to go all the way. Ain't nothing like so good. Oh my God, fresh. Out of, Lord have mercy. I don't know what to say. But hey, I know I'm, alright. I can't drink it right now. We're about to do the toast. Kwame, I'm gonna have to hook you up, man. I know you want your Kwame mix, but I want to get you some. I want the SCOBY to be on top one time when we open it. If you go camping with us, That's the weekend of September 20th. We're having a camping trip on September 20th. That weekend. I'm going to try to bring out a whole thing of fresh ambrosia. I'm going to work on it because that's going to be like 7 days before. Maybe it might be the next week will be tomorrow, so I may have some fresh. Because before I bring it to people, I have to let it sit because the way it's still producing, it is letting off a lot of the carbon, right? And a lot of y'all like the carbon in your stuff, so I need to go on and get it ready. But there's nothing like, oh my God. I mean, the smell. Not that there's something wrong with the older ambrosia. By no means. By no means is there anything wrong with the older ambrosia. It's just mature. And we know, like a lot of things in life, as they get older, they get set in their ways. Right? So, this one still has the freshness of the honey. Even though a lot of it, you could taste that the honey has been transformed. You could taste that the tea has been transformed. You could taste that the caffeine has been transformed. You could taste all of this stuff going on in your mouth, and it's just incredible. But anyway, enough about that ambrosia. Let me check the chats. All right, here we go. So we lift up our glass. First off, we toast the Creator, and we say, the Creator, by whatever name you choose to call the Creator. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. Gonna be a great conversation tonight because that one about the Mahatma Gandhi. I ain't letting that one slide tonight. Cause like I said, every time we go through this, we supposed to grow. This is probably about my 10th time through this book. Though we may know him by 1,000 names, he is one and the same to all of us. Mahatma Gandhi. Alright, next we move to our list of our ancestors, and of course I'm going to proudly read the names of our ancestors. We have Miles Brown, Mizanne, Robin, the Texana, Davis, Herman Brown, Sr., Rosalie, Tilly, George and William Walter, Christopher and Gaston, Eileen, Uncle Chris, Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fleur, Montague Pittman, Nomo X, Sapet Rob, Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Bropro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris. Cleve, after you get done washing dishes, can you please wake up your sisters? Would that be possible? Cleveland. Alright. Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss. Hold on. Hey, Vicky, can you wake them girls up, please? William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian. The Luster Brothers, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janet Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Chris Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kelly D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sel Weller, Vita Farmer, Ago Sosu, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Deolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keechler Reese. Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Orange, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, 70 Stover, Heather Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Dorita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie LeBester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatette Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank and Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Billum, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Delimon Aries, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Elise Waters, DePretis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Izzy Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenbaugh, Hazel Gadsden, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boyd Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Haley Johnson, George and Haley Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Ardo, Arthur Ardo, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula Andrew Baker, Patricia Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Jamie Harry Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch, Senior, Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Carl Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Lily Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Manella, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlington Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Al Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Ben Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beer, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, the Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Cofer, George Swan, Edmonia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles A. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon, Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy and Ryan Ross Riggins, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jepson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severn Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Velma Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacy Trice, Denise Gore, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid Isin, Transition, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominic Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Desandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Aleti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Karimi Mackey, Victor Bolden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Towton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, Taylor Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown. We lift up our glass and we salute all of the ancestors that are on our list, and we say, a proud and powerful Ashe. From their family, we move on. And we go to the present moment. Right now, we are on the day of Ujamaa. And last night, man, the thoughts hit me about Ujamaa, especially after listening to that Byron Allen piece, man. If you, I posted up a video, and I'm going to have to go back and make sure it was posted on my timeline. Byron Allen talks about the 4 Ds. He talked about what Coretta Scott King told him about economic inclusion. He talks about a story of how he learned how to deal with the big guys, with somebody that's supposed to be able to knock your head off by stepping to them. I mean, and he had a matrix that he created called the 4 Ds. I want y'all to check that out. I mean, it's just like go and listen to the story, because he a lot of his stuff is based on stories, and y'all know I love stories. As far as his personal life and stuff like that, because you get a little inside view of who he is. But then also he goes into the lessons and interactions with other people, right? Which kind of lets you know who he is and how he's dealing, all right? So, anyway, so today we are looking for Ujamaa. We out there, we activating these reticular formations, and we're looking for that Ujamaa, right? We want to find it out there, because I know it's out there. I know it's around, right? But sometimes we got to go on and train ourselves and practice on seeing it, right? So that's the challenge for you right now. You got to train yourself to see it, okay? All right? Boom, find it. Identify it. Let people know about it by posting it up on our timeline. Post it up on your timeline, right? So people know that you're looking for other stuff out there, because there's some of us that's out here looking for some nation-building things. Right? For those that don't speak the language, Ujamaa means cooperative economics. The Mayatic principle, M-A-A-T, Mayatic or Mayat, or Mayatic, M-A-A-T-I-C. The Mayatic principle for the day is reciprocity. Gratitude is from the M7, what we teach the children. The color is green. Polarity, okay? Polarity is the Hermetic law. The male name is Yao. The female name is Ya. All right? All right, family. So we raise our glass to this present moment because in this moment lies our power. In this moment lies the sacred trust that's there between us and our past, our ancestors, and the sacred trust that we hold with those yet to come in the future. Right now, we make all what we do in the now makes all the difference. We raise our glass and we say, I say, from there, family, we move on to our children's children, on to infinity. We raise our glass to all of them. Many of them are getting up ready and to go to school, especially here in Central Ohio. Many of them are waking up for their first day of school, second, or possibly third day of school today, right? Or my fault, some of them might be in their second week of school. So we raise up our glass to our children's children, on to infinity, right? We salute them and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move on. And from there, we move to all of our relations. We toast and we say Ashe. We toast all of our relations. And Ashe is the word. Ashe is the word. Right? We lift up our glass. Right? From there, we move to that sacred moment, that sacred toast, family. This is for you. What is it that you need in this moment to move one step closer to being who you really are, your higher self, moving towards you? We lift it up and we say Ashe. Last but not least, family, I want to toast the most magnificent, beautiful, uplifting, outstanding, spectacular, fantabulous person in the room. How do I get this off? Come on. How do I get that off? Good grief. Good grief. All right. I raise my glass to you. You know, and I say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy in 100 years. And as we say in Gye-Nyame, get in, right? Hold on. Let me do a taste review. Oh, I'm glad I didn't take the SCOBY off of this. This one's still kind of young, very young. This one is not ready. I'm going to taste one of the 7 gallons later on today. It smells like it, but this one needs to sit up under SCOBY. Although it did form a powerful, a beautiful SCOBY on top. Still good, but I feel it changing, right? All right, family. So here we go. I am out. Y'all have a great day. You know what I'm saying? As Kwame say, make it a great day, right? In many cases, some of us don't have a choice because that's what life thrown at us. So we're gonna have to make whatever life thrown at us work, right? So with that, family, I wish you well, and it's off to the races, right? Peace.